Did you know that he was captured by the Americans in 1901 and spent 3 years imprisoned on a small island? Did you know that he had a plan to escape, but it was foiled because one of his guards liked playing mahjong? No, I'm not making it up. This happened to be true. Hi, I'm your host. Here are 5 things you never knew you needed to know about the first president of the Philippines. Emilio Aguinaldo was the first president of the Philippines, or so we all learned in school. But did you know that his presidency was never officially recognized? Well, not by the US anyway. When Aguinaldo was elected as president of the First Philippine Republic in 1899, the US was in the midst of conquering the archipelago. And once they did establish a government, they didn't bother to include him in the presidential line. To them, he was nothing more than a nuisance. They refused to acknowledge him as president, and instead referred to him as the so-called president. However, this doesn't change the fact that he was indeed the first president of the Philippines. Number 2, he was a Freemason. If you don't know what the Freemasons were, they were a secret society founded in 1717 in England. It gained prominence in the Philippines during the Spanish colonial era. Like many Filipinos of the time, they were looking for a way to fight for reforms and independence. At the turn of the 20th century, the Masons played a huge role in advocating for Philippine independence. In fact, 2 other prominent revolutionaries, Jose Rizal and Andres Bonifacio, were also members. Aguinaldo joined the Masonic Lodge, Pilar Lodge, number 203, in 1898, under the name Colon. He would rise to become the Venerable Master of the Lodge, an elected position held for a term. While membership was kept top secret, the lodges were basically a front for anti-colonial movements. After the Philippine Revolution began, Aguinaldo ordered the seizure of several lodges in order to use them as temporary headquarters for his troops. Number 3, he outlived nearly all the Katipuneros. If you're wondering who the Katipuneros were, they were members of the Kataas-Taasang Kagalang-Galangang Katipunan, which was a secret society dedicated to achieving Philippine independence from Spain. They launched the Philippine Revolution in 1896. Now back to Aguinaldo. He died in 1964 at the age of 94, just a year before Ferdinand Marcos came into power. That means he lived through a lot of Philippine history, wouldn't you say? He witnessed the Philippine Revolution and the Philippine-American War, the establishment and amendment of the Philippine Constitution, the Japanese occupation, and the post-war reconstruction. You could probably write a book with just his life stories alone. Number 4, he appeared on TV when the Philippines gained independence from the United States on July 4th, 1946. People flocked to their radios and televisions to listen and watch the proceedings. Among those in attendance was the 75-year-old Aguinaldo. Video footage showed him waving to the crowd. He was also on Philippine television a few years later, during the 50th anniversary of Philippine independence in 1950. For many Filipinos at the time, it must have been surreal to see a living, breathing revolutionary hero on their television sets. Number 5, he lost to Manuel Quezon in the first national election. After the Philippine-American War, the United States granted the Philippines limited self-governing status through the Philippine Autonomy Act of 1916, which established the office of the Resident Commissioner in Washington, D.C. The following decade, in 1934, the U.S. passed the Tydings-McDuffie Act, which provided for a fully fledged Commonwealth government and set the wheels in motion for complete independence. In the first national election for the Commonwealth, Aguinaldo ran against Manuel L. Quezon, who was backed by the Nacionalista Party. Quezon ended up winning by a landslide. Aguinaldo conceded defeat and retired from politics, although he remained active in civic affairs. And there you have it, 5 facts about the first president of the Philippines that you probably didn't learn in school. Do you think you'll remember these this time? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos, like this one. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.